Hello, hello. Well, this is new to me and it's new to you. I'm starting a new business. My name is David Duane Crossett. Don't confuse me with anybody else. I use MS after my name because I have a Master of Science degree, and you can take a look at my other videos showing my degrees, publicity, etc. This video is to let you know what I do and how I do it. I'm disabled, and I've been disabled I was 48 when I got diagnosed. I'm 75 now, so whatever. You can do the math. I'm not a mathematician. Anyway, I've had to learn a lot about disability, and I've had to learn on my own. I don't have a mentor, and the government didn't help me. The church didn't help me. My parents didn't help me. I had to learn all these things on my own. Now, I have 14 children. Yeah, I know, that makes you fall off the couch. It makes me fall off the couch now that I say it too. One of them, I adopted a little girl, Monica, and in the United States, and I have adopted internationally 2 little Philippine girls, which are now grown up, out on their own, and I'm proud to say one of them is a United States Army sergeant in South Korea. Now, here's what I do and how I do it. If you want to be involved, good Lord, be involved. If you don't, turn me off. Go look at another YouTube channel. I am not doing this for money. I don't need any money. I'm judgment proof. I've learned how to do that. So when all of your people say, well, we're going to sue him, I go for it. You can get a judgment, but you have to execute the judgment. If there's no money, no property, no real estate, no savings, no bank, what are you going to get on the judgment? My Social Security is exempt from judgment. So I'm going to live whether you buy my services or not. Here's what I've had to learn. I've had to learn to live with disability. And I've tried not to be living as a victim. I'm going, oh, I have this problem, I'm in jail, oh, I have DUIs, and oh, I have this and that, rather than focusing on excusing my stupid behavior on disability. I've tried to learn. I've tried to learn. If you're not that kind of a person, I don't want to deal with you. Don't call. I don't need your money. I don't need to be involved with fools, idiots, morons. I called my son the other day an imbecile and a nincompoop. Way out of date. You young people will never, I don't even know if Google will bring those words up. Anyway, here's what I'm saying. I learned a lot of crap about being disabled. I learned a lot about government agencies, how they handle disability. I went to a little bit of law school, you can see that. I'm not an attorney. I need to put on almost every video. I'm not an attorney, and I'm not giving anybody advice to represent them. All I'm doing is basically going to teach you how to be your own attorney. You're going to be smarter than any law firm that is in existence. I guarantee that. My company, called Cockroach Disability Law Center. Why would I call my company Cockroach? If you're not smart enough to figure that out, I don't want to deal with you. Sharks. Attorneys are called sharks. They only take a bite out of your wallet, and then they swim away. But a cockroach will ruin your life. And a cockroach has to be killed. You have to exterminate a cockroach. Anyway, look it up, think about it. If you're intelligent, use your AI system, ask why. Would a person being a legal consultant call themselves Cockroach? Now, I'll put a few things in here because it's my first video. I've learned a long time ago things change. Everything is flexible. Life evolves. Now, here's what I've had to do and learn. I've had to learn ADA, Americans with Disability Act laws. Yeah, it's one thing to be able to read a law. Yeah, it's one thing to be able to quote a law. It's one thing to look up case law. Yeah, that don't mean crap. If you want to win, you need to know people. You need to be able to know how to get what you need as a disabled person. The laws have nothing to do with it. How the laws are applied has everything to do with it. My company and me and what I'm trying to accomplish is two things. One, look at my background. It speaks for itself. I've been in human services and sudden infant death, protections, a mandated reporter. It speaks for itself. I want to help people. I want to make the world a better place. I'm 75. Good Lord, in 4 years, 3 years, 5, who knows, I'll be gone. These videos will still be alive. I want to make the world a better place. I want to take and sacrifice a little bit of my time and a little bit of my money and a little bit of my education to help other people and pass the baton, Butuan, it's the name of my wife's hometown in the Philippines, baton, to the next generation. I'm going to teach you how to, number one, stand up for yourself. Number two, understand what your rights are. And most important, number three, make everybody in this whole world, well, the United States world, I've been to the Philippines, I know how they treat disabled people, so I'll limit it to the United States, how they're going to treat you. That you're going to be treated fairly. You're not going to be able to cut in the front of the line. If you've got a personality, you say, oh, I'm disabled, you have to bow down and kiss my ass. No, I don't want to deal with you. Don't call me. I don't want to deal with you. If you're a person that blames everybody in the world because of your problems, your DUIs, your marriage breakups, your drug addiction, all of the shit that you've gone through, if you want to blame that on your disability, I'm not interested in dealing with you either. But if you're a company or an individual who is sincere about making sure that handicapped people have reasonable access, they're not going to be at the front of the line. That's not fair. But they should be able to be in line, not out of line. They need to stand in line in their own place and be served as a normal person. That's all I'm trying to accomplish. Believe me, I'm not giving you a shortcut to cut to the front of the line. If you're that kind of a person, screw you. I don't want to deal with you. But if you're the kind of a person who is a female, a lesbian, a drug addict, an alcoholic, they're covered now under ADA. All mental disorders, basically in the DSM-5. If you're a good human being, and you just happen to be born with a body that is a little different than other people. Physically, you have no legs. Mentally, you have no brain. Whatever. If you're a good-hearted, good human being, and you just want to be able to live a fairly normal life and be treated with dignity and respect, then man, I'm your person. You need to get the cockroach. Now, I have to make a mention here. I've been called many names, and, I don't take this whole thing very serious, but I win. That's what I take serious. I've had 5 ex-wives. Ooh, you fell off the chair again. 14 children, 5 ex-wives. I've been called many names being married to 5 ex-wives. And you know as well as I do, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. Now, I'm not going to tell you a list all of the names I've been called by my ex-wives. I'm only going to tell you the latest because it would fill a library of all the other names. Because of my new business, I've been called cockroach. That doesn't bother me. What attorney do you know that has a tie on and his suit and his briefcase and his degrees on the wall? Would he call himself cockroach? Now, his self-esteem isn't strong enough to do that. Mine is. I know what I've done, I know what I can do, and I know how to do it. I don't need to dress up in a suit anymore. Put on a tie, my wingtip shoes, my three-piece suit, my French cuffs, my 14-karat cross pens, 3 of them, the marker, and etc. I don't need that shit anymore. I don't need it. Now, here's what I propose we do. Let's be kind. One of my favorite movies is Roadhouse. Yeah, I'm dated, but take a look at Roadhouse. He kept saying to clean a place up, you gotta be kind. You can't just be mean-spirited. You can't be aggressive. You can be assertive, but not aggressive. That's not appropriate. Yeah, you can be upset, scream, yell, screw them, I hate this, but you need to do that in your own room. When you get on a video camera, or you get in a conference, or you're talking to a law firm, you better have some people skills. Now, what I do is I teach you all that crap that I've learned over 75 years. Now, I say to myself, when I buy something, I want to make sure that what I'm getting, what I pay for. How am I sure? Let me tell you something. You'll never hear this anywhere else, ever again. Anywhere in the world. I'm the first one to say it. In my business, if I charge you money and you do not get a reasonable settlement to your dispute, or you do not win your dispute, I'm going to give you all your money back. And you know, Walmart and other goods stores that return things, they always make you jump through a whole bunch of hoops. And when you get your money back, it might be 8 years, or when you die, your inheritance people get the money. I'll get you your money back in 48 hours. If you use my service, you do what I taught you to do, and it fails, and you paid me money for that information, I didn't do my job. You get all your money back. Now, yeah, you know where I'm going. How do I sort out the scammers, the liars, the cheaters, the thieves, which is probably, I'm going to say 85% of the world? How am I going to not get screwed by those people? Which I've been screwed by those people most of my life. Here's how it's going to work. My warranty, my guarantee, my refund policy. You do what I've taught you to do. You don't get a result that is negotiated and basically you're happy with, and you don't get a win. All you got to do, get on the email, say, hey, David, I want my money back. Say, okay. Only 2 or 3 things I'm going to ask, and then I'm going to send you your money. Number 1, prove to me that it didn't work. Just put it in writing. Prove to me it didn't work. 2, prove to me that you did the things that I advised you to do. And if I advised you and it didn't work, and it came back, let's even make it better. What if you get sued? What if they come back and bite you on the ass? What if the things I've told you to do, pro se, which is a fancy word, means you're going to defend yourself. What if it gets you in trouble? I'll give you your money back. You didn't get what you paid for. I hate it. I hate it when I buy something, spend my hard-earned money, and then find out I got screwed. I got taken advantage of. I got flim-flammed. I got into a pyramid scheme. I got into some kind of a bait and switch. You know, been there, done that. Been there, done that. Now, because I'm bipolar, when you watch my videos, you're going to see me move from event to event and subject to subject, appearing not to have some continuity. That's part of my disorder. It's also part of the way my brain operates. I want you to be assured that if you engage me in the Cockroach Disability Law Center by email, I'm going to say to you, what's the problem? And you're going to not give me song and dance. God, I've been a counselor my whole life. I've heard it all. I don't care if your penis fell off. I don't care, you know, if your wife is a polygamist and she's got 92 husbands like Joseph Smith. I don't care. I just want to make sure that you understand I'm going to teach you to take care of yourself. I'm going to teach you to be pro se. I'm not an attorney. It's against the law for me to hold myself out and say, oh, I have a tie and a shirt and French cufflinks. I'm an attorney. I'm an old man sitting in a chair. I have my Coke and potato chips and a beautiful view. That's all I am. But I win. If you follow what I ask you to do, or advise you, not ask you to do, that's the wrong word, that goes into the envelope a little bit about, you know, representing people. I don't represent you. I have to be very, very clear, because every attorney that sees this video is looking for me to make mistakes. They're looking for me in their evaluation. How can we get this guy? They're evaluating, and it's not one attorney. In a law firm, it could be 3, 8, 10, 25, all sitting around the room going, God damn, who is this guy? What is going on? Mary Smith, you know, can't climb up a staircase, and she's asking for a reasonable accommodation, and this guy is helping her to defend herself? It's a new ball game. There's a new sheriff in town, and you're the damn new sheriff. All I'm going to do is basically give you the tools and the ability to take care of your case yourself. And I'm available. If you get halfway into it and there's a twist or a turn or something else you need to know or add to it, I'm here, and you're going to fall off your chair again. I don't care. I have people all on the floor when I do my videos. They're all falling off their chair. I charge 28 cents a second. Have you ever heard of that? Nah, probably not. You're going to hear a lot of things that you never heard of before dealing with me. Figure out, I get 28 cents a second for my fee. Figure it out. If you're not smart enough to figure it out, you don't have enough money to pay it. So anyway, again, you have a 100% money back guarantee. What you buy is what you're going to get. And if you're not happy with it and you're not getting the results, good Lord, 48 hours, the credit card money you sent to me, I'll send right back to your account. 100%. No fees, no filing this, no nothing. None of that bullshit. I just send you your money back. It's simple. We can work together. I can teach you how to do this, and you are going to be something that is going to be the worst nightmare a law firm has ever seen. The thing that I had, one of my children said to me, Dad, do you think you always win just because people don't want to deal with you? And I thought, well, for many years I thought, well, you know, is it my personality? People just don't want to deal with me? And then I thought, God, that's the best compliment I ever got in my life. Yeah, that's why I win. People don't want to deal with me. They lose their license, they get sued, the attorneys get reprimanded by the Bar Association, they have to divulge the policy numbers and the name of their malpractice insurance, and I go to their, I'll tell you in other videos some of the examples, but I go to their neighborhood and I knock on the door and tell their neighbors the dirty laundry is true. You can't be liable, you can't do slander, but you can tell the truth. One of the advantages that you have no idea how powerful you are. I went to law school a little bit. I have 9 units at the Ventura Colleges of Law in Ventura, California. Took discrimination classes. I basically quit law school for 2 reasons. One is, there's no justice. I learned very quickly, good people do get convicted when they shouldn't, and people who are guilty, I'm not speaking of O.J. Simpson, get off. I didn't like to be involved in that kind of a system. I took enough to learn the ropes of how the law works. How the law works. It's not just rules and regulations. I'm going to teach you how people work. When an attorney sued me, a bill collector, used illegitimate procedures and processes, I knew they were illegitimate. I exposed them. I won. I won. Now, here is the secret. Attorneys who are licensed have to pass the bar of their state. If they go to an ABA school, an ABA degree, they can practice in any state. If it's not an ABA school, they can only practice in their own state. Here is their serious handicap that they'll never tell you that I'm going to tell you, and now you're the $1 million baby. Attorneys have to apply and adhere to ethical standards. Oh, that sounds fancy. Oh, they have to be ethical. If you know anything about most attorneys, I don't want to be slanderous or liable, but I'm going to say in my life, not generally, because I'm going to cover my ass here. In my life, most attorneys are not ethical. However, you don't have to be ethical. Now, am I advising you to do illegal shit? No, not in a million years. Don't ever do anything outside of the law. Don't do anything at close to the envelope. You don't want to be there, and I'm not going to support you. If if you're Top Gun, go somewhere else. We want to do within the boundaries of society, within the boundaries of the state law and the federal law. Attorneys have to be ethical. Let me give you an example of how powerful that is and how good that has worked for me. When an attorney deals with a judge or another attorney, there's a good old boy system that they say sir and thank you, and they're only allowed to write certain words. Well, we think the defendant is inconspicuous, or we think the defendant is unreliable. They have to do that. You can say, I think the defendant's an idiot. What judge, what law firm wants in a public document they've been called an idiot? That's unethical for an attorney to say that to another attorney or to a judge. You have the right and the obligation and duty to know that you can say in your complaints and in your written interrogatories, discovery, other sections of the law that I'll teach you about if you need to go that far. You can call people idiots, fools, imbeciles, nincompoops, scammers. Don't commit slander. Don't commit libel. Make sure you can back your shit up. Back your words up with proof, not just what you believe or what you've been told, but if the person is one of those kind of people and they're a big, expensive Chase Bank, I'm trying to think of people that I've crossed at different times, University of Utah Hospital in Utah, big corporations, those people think they're immune to being called idiots and fools. I often say in my lawsuits, I think I'm caught in a Three Stooges movie. That's legal. That's unethical, but legal. Your opponents don't know how dangerous you really are under the real laws of the United States of America. You have every right to say your opinion to a point. You can't be slander or libelous, and they could charge you if you've called them an adulterer in a public document, and they're not an adulterer. Your ass is in the grass. Your ass is gone. You can bend over and kiss it goodbye. That's not what I'm advising you to do. What I'm advising you to do is tell the damn truth. Nobody else in this whole world, well, other than me, tells the truth. As long as you tell the truth, you're safe. If you lie, cheat, skim, scam, or stew facts, that's what attorneys do. That's their living. That's how they make their money. They know the guy is a child molester, but they say to everybody on the jury and in the newspaper, he's not a child molester. They know they're lying. You know they're lying. I know they're lying. So, the ethics is a very important part of what you're going to learn to do. You can finally tell the truth. And you know what? Let me give you just a piece now. I don't want to make the video so long that everybody goes, oh, we're going to bed. I want to make sure that you understand a very important thing. Attorneys, policemen, judges, prosecutors, you can't sue them for shit. They all have immunity. It's a fancy word, means they're protected. You can't do shit with those people. Now, here's what you don't know. They can all be sued under ADA. They're not exempt. Every government official, every senator, every head of a federal agency, every person who thinks they're impregnable to power attacking them, they are immune, except from you. You have the power to go into any federal or state agency and sue a person. Not the whole agency, the person. If you sue the DOJ, the Department of Justice, God, kiss your ass goodbye. You'll be 1,000 years old before it even gets to a judge. But if you sue John Smith, clerk of the DOJ, shit is gonna hit the fan. Because he has no immunity, and the DOJ has to indemnify him, which means they have to protect him. They're all getting sued. Now, just important things. Introductory, I'm all over the place. I know I'm all over the place. But if you can't get a feel for where I'm going, then you're stupid. And you don't need me, and I don't need you. So let's part ways right now. Turn the camera off and go, God, this guy is a cockroach. I don't want anything to do with him. So my assistant is looking here. Am I still on? I have time?